So, it's a beautiful day outside. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and there's just a hint of fall in the air. You have the day off, and no plans are made yet. The kids are at school, and your spouse is at work. So, you start going through that shed that you said you were going to clean out last month, and suddenly, your fishing pole catches your eye. The wheels in your head start turning. The thought of being on the water becomes more and more appealing, and the decision has been made. It's time to go fishing. However, you remember something your uncle said about going fishing right after it rained, and it just stormed like the dickens last night. What was that? Now, pretty much everyone I know likes to throw a hook in the water. The success of the trip sometimes doesn't even matter. A good time is a good time. However, there are a few things you need to know about fishing and after it has just rained. I feel like I'm qualified to speak to you on this because I have caught a plethora of fish in my day, from big ones to small ones and funny looking ones. Now, I have had a fishing pole in my hand since I was old enough to talk, and I've followed my father all over the world and all over the Gulf Coast to catch fish. The purpose of my speech today is to inform my audience of why the salinity levels of water matter. Now, first, there are many different ways about checking the salinity levels of water, but the cheapest, fastest, and easiest way is to go on the NODC's website, which is the National Oceanographic Data Center, and they can tell you all sorts of information about bodies of water surrounding and in the United States. You can study wave patterns, rainfall, temperature patterns, and most importantly, salinity levels. Now, if you're going to do a lot of fishing, it might not be a bad idea to invest in a salinity refractometer. This little device levels the salinity levels in the water. However, it can also do a multitude of other things like measure the depth of the water and the temperature. Now, you can get a really expensive one that'll basically brush your teeth for you, but we don't need that. You can get one off Amazon.com for about $30, and that'll do the job. Lastly, we need to know our enemy. We need to know what type of fish we are going to catch. Here on the Gulf Coast, we like to fish for certain fish called redfish and speckled trout. They taste really good and they put up a good fight. Now, these fish like salinity levels that are about 27 to 31 parts per thousand, which is what salinity levels of water are measured in. Now, when it rains, the ditches and the creeks all flood down to the Gulf and the salinity levels drop. And so what does that mean for the movement of the fish? Well, they go further out in the Gulf and deeper down. And this is where your handy-dandy refractometer comes in. You can test the salinity levels of the water, and once you hit that magic number of 27 to 31, you'll know that there's a very likely probability of having those certain fish around. Now, this also means that if it just rained and you want to go fishing on a pier, you're not going to have a whole lot of luck catching these fish because they're going to be further out. So a boat would probably help you out a lot. Now, in conclusion, I have told you why the salinity levels of water matter, but I want to leave you with two other things. First, good bait and tackle are as important to catching fish as the hook biting the fish is. No matter how good of a fisherman you are, you have to have good equipment. Lastly, you're never going to catch any fish if you don't go fishing. Thank you.